YouTube family. This video right here is called full transparency, full vulnerability. So as y'all know, or as y'all will learn to know, as more y'all start to see who I am and learn who I am and what my mission is, what my purpose is, and what my intent is and was for this channel is to be able to make sure that I upload something every day. And I've been doing that consistently since January 1st. However, over the past, I would say 3 days, 4 days, I've had the most productivity, I would say, this year. And that's a bold statement because there's been a lot of productive moments. I mean, I've been very intentional this year. However, in terms of the actual manual labor that needed to be put in, and I know I've been doing a lot of working, but really, and what y'all see right now, like I've literally transformed a room into a radio station, right? And the whole purpose of doing so is to ensure that I'm able to produce content at scale. And in the midst of doing that, you have a lot of technical things. You have a lot of computers. You have a lot of wires. You have a lot of cameras. You have a lot of angles. You have a lot of angles to hit, lights, apertures, ISOs, all this stuff that I'm learning more and more about on a daily basis. And saying I just say that in the midst of doing so, the whole point of doing all this is produce more content, but it seems as if when I'm doing this to produce more content, that the challenge is that I'm producing less content in terms of the uploading, like we've been doing. We do 2 videos a day, 3 videos a day, whatever it is. And I had to even tell myself that, bro, you still working and you working. Actually, the whole goal was to make sure that you can put out content and not worry about it being perfect, right? Perfection. Done is better than perfect. And I've done it. I've mastered it. And now I'm scaling it. And now I'm getting into the branding. And now I'm getting into, the business side of things. In the midst of me getting into that takes real time. That takes, having to solve real problems. That takes, real attention to details. And I'm realizing I'm documenting all of it so that I could be able to show it. But in the midst of me documenting it, there's other things that need to be done as well. And so now, and then me documenting on this phone right here, I got over 76 gigabytes of just straight footage of documenting. So then that started slowing down. So then in the midst of me recording that, I'm realizing I got to empty my phone so I can be able to record some more. But then priorities. I can't do that right now because I got to make sure that I'm setting up and I got to meet for this. And while I'm meeting for this person, I got to come over here and meet this videographer so we can set up on this end. But in the midst of doing that, I got to make sure I'm jumping on my master classes. In the midst of me jumping on my master classes, I got to make sure bro good. We got appointments, because real life is still going on too. I also got to make sure I'm sending these letters out for my clients. I also got to make sure that we filing these lawsuits on my behalf. Like, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. A lot going on and no complaints at all. But what I realized is that, bro, the mission was for you to upload every day so that you can get out of your head of perfection. Because I'm a marketer by trade. So I like to make sure that the things that I put out is perfect, meets the eye. But in terms of me documenting, it's not the same concept. In terms of me documenting, that does not have to be perfect. In fact, that will not be perfect. In fact, it's better when it's not perfect because it's reality. And I had to remind myself that that's the mission. That's the mission. And it's not that I'm being lazy. It's not even that I'm busy, right? Because there's a lot of people that's busy and so busy. But in terms of my productivity, like I've been being very, 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 very productive at a very high level. Knocked out 3 ebooks. Working on the course right now. Set up back offices for the webinars we're about to start running. But making sure that we got this marketing campaign rolling out. Created a whole set so we can be able to produce content at scale. And I'm talking about all within the last week and a half. I've been very, 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 very productive. And so if on the content side, the documenting side, I've been able to still document. Like that's the thing. I've still been able to document. But in terms of uploading it on a daily, when I know that it take about an hour or so for the upload, I'm doing it through my phone at times, or it take 30 minutes or 40 minutes, that's 30 or 40 minutes. I need to make sure I got over here. I need to make sure I'm testing this. And then by the time I get through for the day, it's 3 o'clock, 3 a.m., 3:30, 4 o'clock. Like that's my schedule. And I'm back up at 7:30, doing it all over again, rinse and repeat. And so saying all that to say that This rant is simply a rant to say that set your goals. Set your goals. But don't hang yourself with them. The whole point of goals are to make sure you have a measurable tracking of your results. Measurable results. What's the objective? What's the end goal? And are you progressing or are you digressing? The end goal of me even doing this right here is to ensure that I remind myself constantly that it's better to get things done than perfect. And that reminder has allowed for me to be able to do the exact things that need to be done, which is making sure that I'm able to push out, this campaign, push out this business, push out this content, push out my purpose to the world. Because not only do I need it, but the world needs it. You need it, right? And so that's a success, which means I'm progressing, which means that there is nothing negative, there's nothing bad about not being able to drop a video when people don't care anyway. The goal was set by myself for an objective, and I'm accomplishing that objective. And so somebody need to hear that. You can set yourself a goal, man, but you don't always have to make sure that you go, especially somebody like myself. I'm very, 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 very hard on myself when I set goals. Until I realized that I set a goal to make sure I track a bigger mission, a bigger objective. And as long as I'm still reaching that bigger objective, then you're going to have to pivot at times. That's not excuses. That's reality. And so there's somebody out there right now, not the ones who just being lazy, not the ones who not actually doing what they said they was going to do, not the ones who just trying to look for any excuse to get out of and holding themselves accountable. No, I'm talking about the ones who are literally progressing and moving in the direction they need to move in. However, they're not doing it exactly how they thought or planned they were going to do it. That's who I'm talking to. You who I'm talking to. And for you, for y'all, it's okay. Be honest with yourself. Be transparent with yourself. Be vulnerable with yourself. Are you progressing and progressively moving forward and moving toward what the end objective is? If so, then you're winning. That's it. You got to pivot along the way. Make detours along the way, adjustments along the way, but you're winning. And it's cool. It's okay. And when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to self. You dig what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's been yours truly, John Trey. And we gone. I got to get right back to the work in real time.